HBCU Gameday coming to you from Camping World Stadium. And, you know, according to the outcome, who was going to be my post-game co-host, I have Kevin Elliott, former FAMU football player, also played in the NFL and the CFL, and Juvares Jackson. He is a legend with the Marching 100. He was in FAMU SGA, and he really knows football. The Rattlers were able to pull out a 24-7 win in the Florida Classic 2023. It was kind of a methodic game, nothing that really stands out, but just a kind of a methodic win for the Rattlers. Kevin, what did you see about the team today?
Man, the team looked like they had a lot of fun. They looked like they was playing for each other. They looked like they were playing in preparation for another game, a bigger game coming up next week. You know, not only for the SWAC Championship, but for a chance to make a splash in those playoffs as well. So it looked like a team that knew what they was doing and, you know, corrected their mistakes and bounced back and ultimately, you know, came out with a win.
Yes, and the playoffs will be December 2nd. The playoff is the SWAC Championship game against Prairie View, a team they won against earlier this year, 45-7, but as we all know, it's very difficult to beat a team 2 times in a year. Juvares, you noticed something in the first half, and you were telling me about it, that the Rattlers were kind of self-imploding out there with some penalties.
Yeah, on those 4th down conversions, they were jumping off sides consecutively on one drive, but they managed to bounce back, and defense managed to get a big stop down there, I want to say like in the 30-yard line, and force Bethune-Cookman to punt the ball. But hey, what can I say? When you are trained and coached to be aggressive on every play, you're gonna have those penalties sometimes, but you got to just play with a lot of composure and a lot of discipline. And I think that they bounced back, although they gave up a touchdown. You're not gonna beat every team by a lot of points every game, because games like today, teams going to give you their best shot. Yeah. So sometimes you're going to have to just play methodically, like Coach Simmons did. I see when he took Jeremy Musa out in the 4th quarter, and he put what I call him Little Sunshine Anderson in there and let him do his big one. But those are really smart ideas, because you're going to need Jeremy for the next couple of games. So you got to just play methodically, and I want to say that they did good, real good today.
Well, Kevin, you played with Coach Joe Taylor on this field right here. You all, the game was a game that FAMU was not having their best year, but Bethune was undefeated. Mm-hmm. And we came in here expecting a big game, and wow. The Rattler showed. Is that the ring? Yeah, he showed it. Did he show the bling just then? Wow. Okay. Yeah, my bad. Okay. And Kevin showed us the bling. Just talk about the Florida Classic. You know, as a player, the excitement that goes through you.
Man, this is amazing. Honestly, for me, it's like a second homecoming because I'm from Orlando. But you know, there's also a chance for the FAMU to bring that energy to Orlando as well. So you feel the whole family vibe here, you feel the homecoming vibe, you feel the family reunion vibe, and then to go out there and perform in front of these fans and have them going crazy, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And you know, it's an honor to wear this orange and green, and you should treat it as such, and one of these games is the reason why.
Oh, amazing. Well, I've only missed one Florida Classic since 1978, and I have never seen the bands go at it like they did today. My goodness, Juvares, what happened at halftime, man?
Well, a little contradiction. So my first year being in the marching band was 2010, when Kevin Elliott them overcame that 27-14 lead at halftime. And I want to say that probably was one of the greatest halftime shows I had ever seen the band put on. Shout out to the Marching 100. But I want to say today it was really more so of great preparation. You don't need to do a lot, but just have a clean show. And I want to say the Marching 100 really had a really clean show, and just a lot of crowd engagement. So I think for the most part they did their big one. And go Rattlers. And like you, I'm also from Orlando, so I'm used to coming to the Classic every year and seeing the marching bands. But I want to say, just like we done did 3 in a row, I don't think the band done swept them 3 in a row too, starting with last night. so yeah, go 100, go.
The Rattlers in the regular season 10-1 and look to face the Prairie View A&M Panthers back at Ken Riley Field, Bragg Memorial Stadium, December 2nd. Tallahassee will be jumping. Tickets will go on sale Wednesday. only being in the conference 3 years, to bring this much excitement and to actually bring a conference championship back to Tallahassee is a great testament to not only Coach Simmons, but the support of the athletic directors as well as the president. And I think nobody has more fun than President Robinson at a Florida Classic. I'm sure everyone has seen the videos all over social media. He really came for the fight. He came at the Memphis Mauler. He had that on the back. It was Memphis Mauler on the back of the jacket. But anyway, I also want to send a shout out to Coach Raymond Woody. He came in at a very difficult time for Bethune-Cookman University, and he solidified the program. Let me tell you, they lost several of their games by 1 score and even more by 2 scores. And Coach Woody is known as a recruiter, so I would imagine with that brand new practice field they have down there at Bethune-Cookman, locker rooms being built, they will not be a rollover next season, so people better be careful scheduling Bethune-Cookman for homecoming because of their record this year. Down the stretch, they started showing some fortitude by defeating Mississippi Valley and then coming back and defeating Alabama A&M. So we want to give Coach Raymond Woody props for a 3-8 season. Look for better things out of the Wildcats next year. We definitely want to congratulate Coach Willie Simmons. Came back home. He's a native of Gaston County, as he proudly talked about what they were having for Thanksgiving. He said everything moving in Gaston County is liable to end up on the table. But he's come back and taken the helm at the school that he grew up in the footprint of, and he's excited to be at FAMU, and FAMU is excited to have Coach Simmons there. December 2nd at 4 p.m., Ken Riley Field at Bragg Memorial Stadium, the SWAC Championship, as the Rattlers will welcome in the Prairie View A&M Panthers. For HBCU Game Day, we have enjoyed taking part in the Florida Classic. We'd like to thank Florida Citrus Sports for entrusting us to help them tell the story of the Florida Blue Florida Classic. They've already decided that, hey, let's start thinking about 2024. So we are excited to tell the stories because this is a historic rivalry. Florida A&M and Bethune-Cookman, 2 HBCUs in the state of Florida, Division I. And once again, 24-7? 24-7. 24-7 was the final score. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Juvares. They'll be back with me. They don't know it yet, December 2nd for the SWAC Championship. For HBCU Game Day, Vaughn Wilson signing off.